You probably guessed this was a trick question. They will investigate all. This video, among other things, will show what a brain-dead moron I can be. One such moronic example is my not being able to think on my feet and ask pertinent questions until it's too late. Social situations have never been easy for me, so brain fog, mumbling, and nervousness conspire together sometimes, as they do here, and I'm left kicking myself afterwards. If you watched my more recent videos, you'll know I posted a request for information to all the tenants at Dayak Court, and I was met with silence. Just under a week ago, I knocked on the door of the tenant in the flat opposite, as I thought the personal touch might help. There were voices inside, but the tenant didn't open the door. I was using my laptop in the public area yesterday when the tenant and her 2 children came out. I'd had an even more horrendous sleep the night before than my usual torturous night because, along with the burning I get every night, I now have a chronic pain in my right arm. I will need to visit a doctor at some point, and I haven't seen one in years, but this certainly needs to be looked into. Anyway, this was a good chance to speak to the tenant, and in my mumbling, nervous manner, asked why she and her children were verbally abusing me from their flat. To her credit, she and her kids have provided me with excellent evidence, which I will always be thankful for, and that evidence added to the rest which proved my being an outcast, one with a distinctly sexual flavour.
Inside your flat?
How do you know that we're doing verbal abuse?
Because I recorded it.
Really?
Yeah. When you get back? When you
Not
get
right
back?
now. Yeah.
No, not right now. I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knock on the door when you get back.
Later that day, there was a knock on the door, and I was pleased she was willing to look at my evidence. I opened the door.
Outside by now.
Yeah.
All the time,
Okay.
more or less.
No problems. Right. Presumably it's from you, a
Potential.
referral for mental health.
Okay, when
I
was
don't
that?
know much about that, but
I got an email yesterday.
okay.
Okay, not aware of that.
I made a complaint. Do you know? Are you aware of that?
Not aware of any of the
Not aware of
parts
anything
you've
from
read.
this.
Right. Okay. I'm a pariah around here. That is irrefutable, despite what the police say. I would go, yeah. If you move a bit, then it'll come on. There you go.
Cool.
That's irrefutable, but the police have gaslit my evidence.
Okay.
Not you personally, obviously. So I've added more evidence to it since, because this was back in 2016.
Okay.
So where are we now? It was yesterday, or day before yesterday, from mental health,
Okay.
Okay.
saying there's been a referral. So I automatically thought, yes, this is you,
Okay.
not the police.
Yeah.
Come back, and from inside, the tenant there, her daughter, and I think a friend of the daughter were making, it was obviously it was intended for me, abusive words, weirdo, wanker, pedo, etc., etc.
Okay.
And they were banging on the inside of the door to make sure that, you know, so
From
it
your
was
door?
me.
From within
No,
their
within
room?
their
From
door.
their door.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So I've got that, and that's why, cause I saw her earlier on this afternoon, and she's going out with her daughter, etc. And she said she'll have a look at when she didn't deny it or anything, but she said she'll have a look at the evidence when she gets back,
Okay.
which is why I thought that was her.
Right. Okay.
So what is this if it's not nothing to do with that?
It's kind of to do that. She's called saying that today at some point you made some remark to her son, covering dickhead.
Oh, it's her son, is it? I thought it was a friend of her daughter. 'Cause I've not seen him once before. Do you want to come in and have a look at the evidence? It's fine, yeah.
Yes, no, me. You don't mind us for
Barry,
shooting?
is that right, Barry? No.
So the police, who were cordial throughout, had visited because the tenant in flat 10 had alleged I swore at her son. My expecting to see the tenant rather than two cops threw me, and when I was told the reason for their visit, it didn't occur to me to say what a ridiculous waste of police time that is. I could have shut and locked the door, but as I was being accused of swearing at the tenant's son, wanted to show the cops what she and her brood got up to, which is why I invited them in. I didn't record any further. The cops watched my evidence, which features in my video titled "Have I the Friendliest Neighbours in London?" Unsurprisingly, they didn't say that it is magnificent evidence and that I had her bang to rights. In fact, they said little about it. Although I suggested I could send a link to more evidence if they provided an email address, they sidestepped this and instead said that they would have a chat with the tenant next door and then see me after that chat. This they did, and their suggestion was I try to steer clear of her and her kids. I try to avoid seeing any of the tenants nowadays because, as I've said before, they are all collaborating by their silence in my targeting, though some tenants do more than maintain a silence. For good reason, I don't trust the police anymore. I find it difficult to believe the two officers are not familiar with my case, particularly the pariah part and my making a complaint against the Metropolitan Police. The lack of their wanting to pursue matters further after being presented with the verbal abuse and wishes for me to hang heard in that video, and lack of interest in other evidence do seem to bear this out.